Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Good evening. You're watching the news from the Sultanate of Oman television. First, the headlines. His Majesty Sultan Qaboos issues 3 royal decrees. Women's implant ethics and embryos researchers are at the focus of the first International Bioethics Conference. And under the theme, Your Decision Determines Your Fate, the Gulf Traffic Week activities are launched. Good evening once again, and thank you for joining us. Those were the headlines, and now the news in detail. His Majesty Sultan Qaboos has issued 3 royal decrees. Royal Decree number 5/2015 ratifies the Arab Agreement for combating cyber crimes. Article 1 ratifies the agreement in accordance with the attached text, which was signed by the Sultanate on the 15th of February 2012. Article 2, this decree shall be published in the official gazette and shall come into effect from the date of issue. Royal Decree number 6/2015 ratifies the Arab Agreement for combating organized crimes across national borders. Article 1 ratifies the agreement in accordance with the attached text, which was signed by the Sultanate on the 15th of February 2015. Article 2, this decree shall be published in the official gazette and shall come into effect from the date of issue. Royal Decree number 7/2015 ratifies an agreement between the government of the Sultanate of Oman and the government of the Republic of Korea towards mutual exemptions from visa requirements for holders of diplomatic, officials, special and service passports. Article 1 ratifies the agreement in accordance with the attached text, which was signed in the city of Seoul on the 24th of December 2014. Article 2, this decree shall be published in the official gazette and shall come into effect from the date of issue. His Majesty Sultan Qaboos has sent a cable of condolences to the custodian of the 2 holy mosques, King Salman bin Abdul Aziz Al Saud of the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia, on the death of His Royal Highness Prince Saud bin Sultan bin Saud bin Abdullah Al Saud. And His Majesty the Sultan sent a cable of condolences to His Highness Sheikh Sabah Al Ahmed Al Jaber Al Sabah, Amir of the State of Kuwait, on the death of Sheikh Badr Abdullah Al Muhammad Al Salman Al Sabah. The first International Bioethics Conference was held, or is being commenced, at Sultan Qaboos University under the auspices of His Excellency Sheikh Abdul Malik bin Abdullah Al Khalili, Minister of Justice. It was organized by the Omani National Bioethics Committee in cooperation with SQU and UNESCO. It witnessed a participation for more than 60 scientists and researchers from inside and outside the Sultanate, including healthcare specialists and Islamic scholars. The 3-day conference came to discuss topics related to womb implant ethics, embryos and stem cells researches, as well as challenges that face by the medical sector and pre-marriage examination, in addition to topics on Islamic jurisprudence and its ways to deal with Ebola. It will also cover topics on religious and cultural perspectives of bioethics, in addition to global health ethics. The bioethics is a science that studies life and its various forms, as well as the ways of interaction among living beings and the environment around them. The conference aimed to provide a database for bioethics field, as well as spread awareness in related fields. It also aimed to exchange expertise and knowledge in scientific field. Coinciding with the International Women's Day, which falls on 8th of March every year, the Minister of Social Development, represented in Women Affairs, organized a workshop entitled Women in Omani Legislations. Omani legislations contributed in granting women all her rights, which help her to carry out an important role in development next to the man, in addition to enhance her national role in different aspects. The workshop aimed to enrich law awareness in the society between both genders, in addition to increase efforts to raise legal literacy of women, in addition to review issued articles related to women in legal text and enhance the role of domestic committees to increase its programs at legal aspects of women. The workshop discussed 3 work papers, namely Women in Omani Legislation First Book, Omani Child Law, and Women in Omani Legislation's Second Book. You're watching the Sultanate of Oman television, and still to come in our news bulletin. The Public Authority for Radio and Television commences operation of new studio for Oman Sports Channel works with video wall technology.
ترقبوا تغطية مباشرة لوصول أول طائرة تعمل بالطاقة الشمسية تجوب العالم في محطتها الأولى إلى مسقط. الاثنين 9 مارس 2015 الساعة 5 مساء على قناة عمان مباشر.
Stay tuned for live coverage arrival of the first Solar Impulse on a tour around the world in its first stop in Muscat. Monday 9th of March 2015, time 5 p.m. on Oman Live Channel. Welcome back to the news from the Sultanate of Oman television. On the night of March 9th to 10th, 1945, 334 American B-29 planes carpet-bombed Tokyo, dropping more than 1,665 tons of bombs on the Japanese capital. Residents tried to run from the incendiary bombs, which were used to set fire to Japan's traditional wood and paper buildings. Those who weren't killed by the bombs perished in the inferno that ensued, leaving 100,000 dead on that night alone. To raise awareness of what happened to the civilians who became victims of the war, a group of survivors have set up the Information Center for Tokyo Great Radio and Destruction, which documents the tragedy through photographs, videos and paintings. 84-year-old Narimasa Toda, a survivor of another round of bombing on April 13, 1945, saw his mother burned to death in front of his eyes as cluster bombs carrying napalm rained down on them. President Barack Obama declared the work of the civil rights movement advanced but unfinished on a visit to the Alabama bridge that spawned a landmark voting law. Obama, the first black U.S. president, said discrimination revealed in a report about law enforcement practices in Ferguson, Missouri this week showed a lot of work needed to be done on race in America. The event became known as Bloody Sunday. It prompted a follow-up march led by civil rights leader Martin Luther King Jr. that spurred the 1965 Voting Rights Act. The anniversary comes at a time of renewed focus on racial disparities in the United States, including discrimination among law enforcement against black citizens nationwide. Activating cooperation aspects in regulatory and legislative fields topped the meeting between His Excellency Khalid bin Hilal al-Ma'wali, Chairman of the Shura Council, and His Excellency Sheikh Dr. Abdullah bin Mohammed al-Sheikh, Chairman of the Shura Council in the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia. More details are with Saif bin Khalfan al-Kindi.
Increasing cooperation in the parliamentary field was the main theme of the session of talk between the Sultanate and Saudi Arabia at Majlis Oman. The Omani side was presided by His Excellency Khalid bin Hilal al-Ma'wali, Chairman of Majlis al-Shura, and the Saudi delegate was presided by His Excellency Dr. Abdullah bin Mohammed al-Sheikh, Chairman of Saudi Shura Council. During the talk, the main focus was on the importance of developing the work of the Parliamentary Friendship Committee between the two brotherly countries. Moreover, the chief guest was briefed on the Omani Shura development and the updated authorities given to the members to enable them playing a wide role in doing legislative and auditing tasks. His Excellency Dr. Abdullah bin Muhammad al-Sheikh, Chairman of Saudi Shura Council, described the visit as an opportunity to exchange experience between the two countries, particularly in terms of auditing and legislative matters, to bridge their point of view and make it more compatible to their local needs. Within the visit, the chief guest and his delegations toured the building of Majlis Oman and were briefed on the halls and the facilities of the building, as well as the techniques used to enable members playing their parliamentary roles.
The Public Authority for Radio and Television commenced the operation of new studio for Oman Sports Channel Works with video wall technology. The new studio will broadcast DEC program sports bulletins in addition to analyzing local and international football games. During the upcoming period, a number of new attractive additions will be provided for the viewers to keep them more closer to the local channels. In appreciation to honorable results achieved by National Free Fall Team of the Royal Army of Oman in a number of international championships and achievements, His Excellency Sayyid Badr bin Saud bin Harab Al Busaidi, Minister responsible for Defense Affairs, honored in Beit Al Falaj camp today the National Free Fall Team for achieving further distinction in honorable representations of the Sultanate at international events and championships. The National Free Fall Team had achieved the first place in the ASEAN Parachute Jump and World Military Championship competition season, which were held in Indonesia last year. Royal Oman Police in the Governorate of South Al-Batina launched activities of Gulf Traffic Week under the theme "Your Decision Determines Your Fate." Events and various activities will be accompanying the Traffic Week, which enhance traffic awareness among the community. The activities came in cooperation between the Royal Oman Police and the Directorate General of Education in the Governorate of South Al-Batina. It included plays and poems which talked about the importance of traffic awareness, as well as lecture on statistics of traffic issues in the Sultanate. They also contained an exhibition presented some of traffic accidents victims, in addition to spreading driving instructions to reduce the accidents.
ترقبوا تغطية مباشرة لوصول أول طائرة تعمل بالطاقة الشمسية تجوب العالم في محطتها الأولى إلى مسقط. الاثنين 9 مارس 2015 الساعة 5 مساء على قناة عمان مباشر.
Stay tuned for live coverage arrival of the first Solar Impulse on a tour around the world in its first stop in Muscat. Monday 9th of March 2015, time 5 p.m. on Oman Live Channel. Welcome back, and now for the general weather forecast. Dusty weather with poor horizontal visibility will prevail over the northern governorates of the Sultanate, with dust rising in the desert and open areas. Rest of the Sultanate will have clear skies. Winds will be northeasterly to northerly light to moderate along the coast of Sea of Oman, while it will be easterly to southeasterly light to moderate, occasionally gusty along the rest of the Sultanate. Seas along the coast of the Arabian Sea will be moderate to rough with a maximum wave height of 2.5 meters. Along the rest of the coast, it will be slight to moderate with a maximum wave height of 1.5 meters. You're watching the Sultanate of Oman television, and now before we end tonight's bulletin, here are the main points once again. His Majesty Sultan Qaboos issues 3 royal decrees. Womb's implant ethics and embryos researchers are at the focus of the first International Bioethics Conference. And under the theme, Your Decision Determines Your Fate, the Gulf Traffic Week activities are launched. With that, we come to an end of tonight's news bulletin. From all of us here in the newsroom and the studios, it's good night.